Hello and welcome to the final lesson in the ChatGPT Essential course. Now we get to build upon all our knowledge, all those skill sets, and now we get to pull on expertise to take us farther than we've gone before. And that's what this one is about. We're going to talk about how to use ChatGPT to emulate or simulate professional and personal development or experts in those fields. So I create an example. There's going to be split into two. We're going to do one, business experts that you could consult for specific business problems or challenges. Then there's also life experts for life challenges that you have. So let's start off. So what I did was basically created a brief, and I actually wanted to show you the my horrible brief before I show you ChatGPT's nice one, because I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't write chat. Oh, that's all ChatGPT there. But basically, how do we get there? I said, hey, create me a business brief for a healthy pizza startup that only has 4 employees. Our products are pizza and a DIY pizza kit, and our monthly revenue is about $50,000. 60% of that is from pizza. This is all completely made up. 40% of that is from DIY kits, and we spend about $2K a month in advertising across paid social media and local flyers, about 30-70% split, and we have one kitchen and our local pickup only. I want ChatGPT to take that and expand and give me more of a bigger business brief, so that when we start bringing in the experts, we're not just starting off with a blank page saying, give me talk here as a CEO, help me grow my pizza shop. And then ChatGPT is like, I don't know anything about your business. You don't know. Didn't tell me about your overview. You didn't tell me anything about what products did you offer, how much revenue distribution is, what's your advertising strategy, what's your operational setup, how's your team, what are your future goals. So that's why ChatGPT, I want to give it a full business kind of like picture before we expand out and start asking experts questions on how we can grow our pizza shop, imaginary pizza shop, healthy pizza shop. Our Healthy Pizza Stop offers unique value proposition by providing delicious and healthy pizzas as well as pizza kits. So that's our business brief. Just basically, I wanted just to introduce that. Put your problem that way. We could get much more detail. So when we ask ChatGPT, as a CEO, I want to know what's the major risk. What you don't know, what you don't know. So now that ChatGPT in this conversation thread knows about the business, now I could ask it, oops. As a CEO, how would you handle the major risk to our company? Let's find out. I don't know. What is our biggest risk to our pizza company? Can you be more specific about the nature of risk we are facing if we are implementing a risk framework? No, I want you. See, now ChatGPT was actually a good example. ChatGPT just completely missed the shot on this. So I could go back to the original and say, there we go. You are acting as the CEO startup of the pizza startup. How would you handle the major risk to our company? So we're going to reword our answer because ChatGPT clearly missed the first one. So now that's, again, it's all about the follow up. And here we went to original. So now it says, as the CEO of the pizza startup, addressing major risks would be this: identifying the risk, conduct a thorough risk assessment to identify potential risks. Nice. You know what? As a CEO, and this is nice because it's not going to give me specifics to what were risks to a pizza shop, but it's going to give me a framework that I could work through as a CEO to identify what the risks are. But you know what? Let's actually turn this, again, the follow up, turn this into a step-by-step process I can follow. So now again, we're using our follow-up skills to turn this into a step-by-step process, which it pretty much is already. It just gave me the same thing. But let's get into something different. So now I'm going to say, since it gave me the same answers, I'm going to say, hey, now give it to me in a table description, and then give it And then what team member should I hand it off? Say if I had a bigger organization. So that's why I just want to give it a different answer than what it originally does. But as a CEO, they gave me a step-by-step process. I could go and find major risks in my company. Let's do marketing. Let's go as a marketing head. How would you manage it? So say, and say as a no, you are now a marketing head. For the pizza startup, suggest strategies for our new product. We should define our target audience, USB, very specific or very generic. And then it goes, down here, develop a compelling message, craft a memorable slogan, the essential pizza. Okay, let's actually create a Facebook ad campaign using this strategy. Cool. Here's our ad campaign. We're going to do our target audience. Here's our ad creative. Here's our ad formats. So we went for, hey, ChatGPT, now you're thinking about marketing. Ask it a question. Now we can elaborate to get an ad campaign. So different ways that you could, depending on the use cases, if you're launching a new marketing campaign, if you need help improving your sales process. Let's say, how can we increase our product sales this quarter? Let's try that. It's always a good question. For the startup. How can we increase our sales this quarter? It says, okay. To increase your sales, refine the target audience, enhance our sales training, implement effective sales process, leverage technology, CRM. There we go. Yep. Strengthen lead generation. Awesome. So this is now give it to me as a sales manager, a step-by-step process, or at least overview that I could take action on to grow the sales of my pizza shop business. It's so interesting. You'll get different answers based on the different persona. The most I use is especially the copywriter. That's probably the most common one. So there's a lot there. But now let's switch over to life experts, for example. Now let's say I'm stressed. I'm working too long on my pizza business and I need a therapist. Well, let's start with the life coach. And I'm saying like, you know what? I'm stressed. How can I overcome the fear of running the business? So I took the prompt and then didn't use it didn't use it exactly, but it's the main concept of it. That's where it's like the prompts won't be exactly copy paste, but you get the idea and you're like, okay, you're now my therapist. Help me overcome the fear of failure from my business. So it says, okay, as a therapist now, I understand it could be very challenging to overcome. You should recognize and normalize, challenge negative thoughts. Oh, good. Okay. Set realistic expectations. Okay. Yep, that's true. Break goals down to manageable steps. Awesome. Awesome. These are all insightful things. But let's say, you could do a therapist. Again, we caveat with the whole doctor, lawyer, therapist. I'm going to caveat those, especially nutritionists, especially health, anything health, wealth, or relationship related. Like, you definitely want to seek a professional. So you don't want to take ChatGPT's answers at face value, but use them as a springboard. The way to think about it is to go from blank page to actionable step-by-steps or close to completed project. That's basically what ChatGPT is going to help fill in the blank, is shorten that time. But lastly, let's use a nutritionist. That's cool. Let's say, I'm going to completely make this up. I'm definitely, I'm going to make this real young, 30 here. I don't know, 140. I'm making this up. But I'm going to say, you are a nutritionist. Create me a meal plan to gain muscle. It says, okay. As a nutritionist, I can help you there. It says, okay. Now we're going to use our remember our follow-up skills because it's going to give us something generic. And I'm going to say, not bad. I'm going to say add the calories and total and breakdown of fat, protein, and carbs. So it's going to rewrite it again and say, okay, based on meal one, now it rewrote it and then added the new information that I wanted and added it. That's so cool. So now I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now we're going to say, hey, turn this into a grocery list. It says, okay, there's a grocery list. Awesome. So when I go in, I'm like, okay, I just need boop, boop, boop. And then I get just my carbs, boop, boop, boop. And then all my fat, boop, boop, boop. And then, boop. Awesome. So now I'm going to say, you are now to stay fit. The more specific that you give it, the better. If you want to say, I want to lose weight, I want to gain 5 pounds. If I want to lose 14 pounds, that's not realistic, but whatever. The idea is you want to be very specific. I was very generic here, so I'm going to get a generic answer. So that's why it's like, be generic, get generic. You want to be specific so that you get greatness. And so it says, okay, as a fitness coach, I recommend following the 3-day fitness program. So here's day one. There's that. Here's that. Awesome. Day two, core workout, warm up, cardiovascular. Awesome. Awesome. So we've used a couple different personas for personal development, a fitness coach, a nutritionist. It gave me a grocery list. It gave me macros for a meal plan based on roughly. Now, again, I'm not going to take this at face value and do this specifically. I'm going to take this as a starting board and then go to an actual professional nutritionist and have them refine it specifically for me. The idea is not to like eliminate experts. Like say, for example, like the lawyers one, NDA, and like be a lawyer and write me a legal contract for that. I'm not going to go use that legal contract. I'm going to go now take that legal contract to a professional lawyer. He's going to charge me less now. And then they're just going to give me notes to update it instead of having me do it from complete scratch, say, for example. But these are different, just a springboard to give you an idea for different experts, both in life and in business, based on especially the department. Especially if you're a one-man team, you have the different departments and roles that you should be expanding into. This will give you an idea of the use cases and example prompts that you could bring in an expert to help you gain insight into a problem or challenge that you just want answers for. So hope this helped. This is probably my favorite one because I use copywriters. This is how I turn ChatGPT into like a little minion, and then it's a copywriter one, and then it has a lawyer, and then it's a CEO, and then it's helping me do marketing strategy, and then it's how it's so useful as a tool. It's so fun and so helpful. So it's a great skill. Create your own list of experts. These are just meant to start you off, to inspire, to get you started. So create the ones that work for you, and then use them in your cheat sheet, in your library over and over. So thank you so much. This is actually the last episode, and I want to thank you so much for going through. The course is short. It's meant to give you enough information to make you dangerous. And now take this information into the next lesson, which is the project and certification. Highly encourage you complete the certification, to apply the knowledge, earn that certificate, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.